All right, so moving on to the next time, we're going to pivot here to the world of wrestling. And I'll be sharing my WWE Friday Night Smackdown January 9th summary. So I'll be going over all the events that happened on the card. To start off, you had Randy Orton kick off the show. Now, Randy Orton kicked off the show and was interrupted by Trick Williams. Now, I actually like this promo between Randy Orton and Trick Williams. Trick Williams has proven back-to-back weeks that he can hang with some of the best on the main roster of Sami Zayn and Randy Orton on the microphone. And SmackDown is already presenting Trick Williams as the next big thing on the blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown, as they should, because he was a top-tier star on NXT and TNA. So I think Trick Williams is going to have a bright future. But the fact that Trick Williams smacked the microphone out of Randy Orton's hand during the promo, and the microphone accidentally went flying into the crowd, and Trick Williams broke character saying, "Oh shit," he was concerned about the microphone hitting the fan in the crowd, and then Randy Orton playing it off, seeing where the microphone landed. But then to close out the segment, Randy Orton got his hands on Trick Williams, and then The Miz tried to come out and attack Randy Orton. And now back-to-back weeks, Randy Orton has RKO'd The Miz. So that was the end of that segment, and then we got the one-on-one match between Trick Williams and Ray Phoenix. Now, I thought that was a pretty good match and showcased what Trick Williams can do on the main roster as a heel. And as for Ray Phoenix, I think he's a talented luchador on SmackDown, and I hope the WWE can capitalize on more opportunities to showcase his talent, because he's one hell of a talent on SmackDown. But Trick Williams grabbed the tights on a roll-up pin to get the victory. I think this is everything that was supposed to happen in the match. Trick Williams gets the victory as a heel, and he's going to be pushed very heavily in the main event scene. I possibly could get a mid-card title run with the United States Championship by the end of the year. In the next match, you had Julia successfully retain her United States Championship, defeating Alexa Bliss. Now, this was a good match between Julia and Alexa Bliss, and honestly, I would have liked if this match had more time. But just as Alexa Bliss was gaining momentum and she was about to win the title, the numbers game actually called up to Alexa Bliss. It was like a 4-on-1 affair. And Lash Legend and Nia Jax interfered in the match, and Alexa Bliss was distracted. And then Julia picked up on the pieces and capitalized on it and defeated Alexa Bliss to retain the Women's United States Championship. It seems like Alexa Bliss is still going to be in a tag team feud alongside Charlotte Flair, feuding with Lash Legend and Nia Jax, as both teams still chase the Women's Tag Team titles. The titles that were won by Rhea Ripley and Io Sky earlier on in the week on Raw, the first Raw of the new year. So it seems like that will keep happening. An 8-man tag team match, you had the MFTs defeat the Wyatt Six in 8-man tag team match. Now, this was a match that I actually saw on the WWE Live Tour that started off in Baltimore the day after Christmas. So I already got an early preview of what this match would be, but it was good on SmackDown. And the chemistry was good by both teams as they've been forming it over the weeks of their feud on SmackDown and during the live tours. But Solo Sikoa used the Fire Lantern as a advantage for MFT to capitalize and win the 8-man tag team match, where they pinned Uncle Howdy to win the match. So it seems like this faction will still go after the Wyatt Six and the WWE tag team titles, as this feud will continue on SmackDown. Next match, you had Jordynne Grace defeat Alba Fire. Now, this was a decent match, but the debut of Jordynne Grace on the main roster was to display how dominant she can be. She was a dominant force in TNA. She was a dominant force in NXT. And I think on SmackDown she'll be a dominant force as well in the women's division. But the women's champion, Jade Cargill, interrupted Jordynne Grace, saying she's that bitch after the match. And it seems like they're going to be building a WWE Women's Championship feud between Jade Cargill and Jordynne Grace, two powerhouses feuding for the women's title over on the blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown. Possibly we could see this as early as the Royal Rumble or the Friday before the Royal Rumble. Next match, you seen Carmelo Hayes successfully retain his United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, this was a really good match between Carmelo Hayes and Shinsuke Nakamura, an open challenge match for the United States Championship. And then, honestly, this is the best that I've seen Shinsuke Nakamura move around the ring and look in the ring for a very long time in the WWE. So I'm good that Shinsuke Nakamura has proved to the WWE Universe that he's still got it in the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura did a good job targeting the leg of Carmelo Hayes as this match went on. You can see Carmelo Hayes was selling the leg injury that he sustained in the match. not moving very well in the ring, but Shinsuke Nakamura kept capitalizing it and kept exposing Carmelo Hayes' leg as the match went on. But this was honestly a good match. I think the springboard DDT that Carmelo Hayes hit on Shinsuke Nakamura looked really good. And I think every time Carmelo Hayes is in the ring with an opponent, when he hits a springboard DDT on an opponent, it looks very good. But the ending sequence of the match was very good, where Carmelo Hayes countered the King Shasta finisher with the first 48, and then went up to the top rope, hit the leg drop on Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the United States Championship. Now, the United States Championship Open Challenges has honestly been a great bright spot for the Blue Brand of SmackDown since early fall, when Sami Zayn defeated Solo Sikoa to win the title, and then began the Open Challenges for the United States Championship. This has honestly been one of the best bright spots each and every single week on the Blue Brand of SmackDown, and the lineage of the United States champions has been great since September. I mean, we've seen Sami Zayn with the title, Ilya Dragunov win the title his first match back after recovering from a torn ACL injury, and then Carmelo Hayes as the United States champion won the title back in the holiday season and has never looked back. Now, 2 successful Open Challenge matches. He defeated Johnny Gargano the week prior and then just defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, the United States Championship is on fire, and we should continue this as the United States Championship has found life and a meaningful purpose on a weekly basis on WWE television. Great work by Carmelo Hayes and others to make the United States Championship a bright spot again. And in the main event, you've seen Drew McIntyre defeat Cody Rhodes in a 3 stages of hell match to become the new WWE champion. Now, this was a great match. Great 3 stages of hell match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I know fans complain online that the stipulation should have been much better for a 3 stages of hell match, but they made it work because you got a regulars match, I believe a falls count anywhere match, then a steel cage match. The first match, you seen Drew McIntyre win the first fall where he cheated, ripped off the turnbuckle, and the referee was distracted with that, hit the low blow on Cody Rhodes, then hit a claymore to win the first fall. Then the second fall is a falls count anywhere match where both guys beat the hell out of each other, pillar to post all around the arena. The signature splash. Now, I watched this match December 26th on the WWE Live Tour in Baltimore, where it was a Baltimore street fight where Cody Rhodes used that signature splash. He jumped off the top rope during that event and put Drew McIntyre through a table. And they've been practicing the spot, but then it was Cody Rhodes jumping higher up in the crowd, jumping from the crowd, and then putting Drew McIntyre through a table with the splash, the little Cody Rhodes splash. I'll call it the little Cody Rhodes splash. But then the match kept going on. The second fall where Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads on Drew McIntyre through the announcer's table. Then he won the second fall. Then we got to the steel cage match and the third fall to determine who was going to walk out as WWE champion. So the third fall, these guys beat the hell out of each other in the steel cage match. There was good spots all over. Drew McIntyre hitting the suplex on Cody Rhodes off the top of the steel cage. You had Cody Rhodes hit several crossroads. You had Drew McIntyre hit the claymore. A lot of drama, a lot of near falls. And then even got to the point, Cody Rhodes hit a Cody Cutter off the top of the steel cage. Coming off the top of the steel cage, hitting the Cody Cutter on Drew McIntyre. That was a near fall. And then the end of the match, we seen the return of Jacob Fatu out of nowhere, attacking Drew McIntyre. Like, Drew McIntyre was the one who rid him off of television with the attack injury storyline. But then Jacob Fatu attacked Cody Rhodes. And when he was attacking Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre snuck out the back door, escaped the steel cage, and became the new WWE champion. So Jacob Fatu costed Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship. We still don't know who the attacker Jacob Fatu was, but now Drew McIntyre is a 4-time world champion in the WWE. Now where does this put Drew on the road to WrestleMania as champion? Where does this put Cody Rhodes on the road to WrestleMania? Where the hell does this put Jacob Fatu's return on the scene? A lot of uncertainty on the Blue Brand of SmackDown is what WWE Universe needs. We need to be tuned in weekly on SmackDown like fans are tuned into Raw or NXT. Now you're putting more eyes on the product for SmackDown. This is honestly what they needed. But great episode to kick off 2026. That is my WWE Friday Night SmackDown summary.